Welcome to another episode of the Global Green Action Project, a place where we get to meet amazing heroes doing great changes in the world to make it a more compassionate, kinder place through humanitarian, animal, and environmental initiatives. I'm your host, Jennifer, and today we have another amazing guest speaker. And our topic is all about stories through filmmaking and empower our children and youth through the amazing initiative known as the Peace Tree Spirit and Peace Tree International. But first, a little bit about our guest speaker today.
Mitra Sen is a teacher, filmmaker, and founder of Peace Tree International. She focuses on creating films to promote peace, diversity, equity, inclusion, and respect through the spirit of children and youth.
Thank you, Jennifer, for inviting me and for giving me the opportunity to share the whole initiative of the Peace Tree Spirit. I really appreciate it.
I'm so excited to be able to share the journey with our community. You have so much to share. You have such an amazing story, an amazing adventure, and the change that you've been able to create for so many children and youth is just extraordinary. Tell me a little bit about how you decided or how you got to the point where you created the Peace Tree. That's a pretty amazing story, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? I'll just take it back a little bit and just tell you how I started to make films and my interest in this area. So, as a person of color and growing up in North America, I really understand or understood the effects of racism and discrimination and exclusion through my own experiences. So I realized it was really important to integrate diversity and peace education into the educational system, into the curriculum, so that other children would not have to go through the same experiences. And I also have a tremendous passion for the arts. And that made me realize that, I wanted to share stories through films that represented the voices of people and children from minority backgrounds, people who are underrepresented in the media. But their stories are so unique and so important to share. And that became a passion of mine to share them through films in order to promote respect and understanding and the beauty of diversity and unite people of all backgrounds. So that is how I began my journey. And I also wanted to make films that not only triggered discussion, but really went far beyond just the screen. That triggered social action, that really inspired and empowered our children and youth to take action, to create that change, to utilize their passion and their talent and turn it into action, to create united, inclusive, caring, compassionate, respectful schools, communities, and help children less fortunate around the world. So for me, when making these films, it is such a long and difficult process, and you've got to have tremendous passion. You have to have it. And because you sacrifice your life to make these films. And, it takes 7 days a week, 18-hour days, and it's nonstop. You're wearing like 8 different hats because these are just independent films. And you don't have the kind of funding like most filmmakers, I mean, the Hollywood filmmakers have, right? Very limited funding and resources. And so you're wearing, many different hats and it's up to you. So you have to give up a lot. So I wanted to make sure that these films are more than just films. I really, really, for me, what's really important is the action that happens after the films and how people embrace those messages and take it into their communities and create that change.
That's very powerful. The whole point of learning something is one thing, which is beautiful in itself, but if we don't learn something and implement it, and that's wasted knowledge. I can only imagine the love and the sweat that you put into that.
That is a bit of a problem because you give up so much in order to make these films happen, and I think it's really important for people to have a balance in their lives. And I didn't have that. I was just completely immersed in this, and this is all that I did, just day and night. Like that's it. So unless you have a, a story that you really feel compelled to share, that's why I don't just make films for the sake of making films. I just make films when I really feel that, yes, this is a story that needs to be shared.